There's a lot of news in agents nowadays. Ones that code for you, ones that web browse, ones that do customer service, ones that wash your socks. But at the same time, there's been a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of promises about how agents can help you out with everyday work, but at the same time, agents fail, they get stuck in loops, and they don't get the job done. At OpenHands, we've been dedicated to building agents that actually work from the very beginning. And how do we demonstrate this? We do rigorous evaluation and benchmarking on industry-standard benchmarks such as VersaBench. VersaBench is an example of a benchmark that is about fixing Python bugs in real-world repositories. However, there's a lot more to life than this. Even if you're a software developer, you don't just fix bugs, you also implement new features, you do software testing, you communicate with your coworkers, you gather information on your company repositories. Our goal, therefore, is to move beyond just bug fixing and to actually demonstrate that an agent can work in these settings as well. To this end, we're happy today to make two big announcements. The first one is VersaBench. VersaBench is a benchmark that benchmarks agents, particularly software development agents, on not just fixing Python bugs, but also a broad variety of other tasks as well. The second is OpenHands Versa. OpenHands Versa is a new version of OpenHands that expands its capabilities so that it can perform well on all of these benchmarks. So let's dig a little bit deeper. So first, let's talk a little bit about VersaBench. Based on our experience with OpenHands users, we found a number of categories that people would really like software development agents to help them out with. The first, of course, is improving existing code bases, which is exactly what VersaBench aims for. But in addition to VersaBench, we also added a multimodal version of VersaBench, which focuses on front-end development and image understanding, and also a multilingual version of VersaBench, which allows you to benchmark on other languages than Python. We've also incorporated benchmarks on building applications from scratch, which allow you to test what happens when you try to build a new code base without having an existing one. We've also incorporated a few benchmarks on smoothing the development process. So this includes things like writing software tests or making sure that failing tests are able to pass when you update a pull request. We've also added a benchmark on gathering information, since this is another important part of our jobs every day. This includes things like processing existing Office documents or gathering information from the web. Finally, we incorporated a benchmark called the Agent Company, which checks whether agents are able to navigate internal company infrastructure and communicate with coworkers. Now I'd like to talk about our efforts on improving agents through OpenHands Versa. Inspired by this benchmark, and together with other researchers at Carnegie Mellon University, we investigated what it would take to build a truly versatile agent that is able to tackle this sort of benchmark. We built on OpenHands, which is already pretty versatile, but it was nonetheless constrained in its capability to only navigate the internet through text and edit textual files and execute code. We identified three core capabilities that were missing in order to allow it to expand to a much broader variety of tasks. The first was understanding multimodal data, such as Office documents, speech, and images. The second was browsing the more visual web to understand visual websites. The final one was searching for information on the internet. So essentially what we did was we added a very small number of tools, but very appropriate ones, which would allow this agent to become much more versatile and perform well. The details of the approach are explained in our paper, and you can dig in more there if you want to know more about them. The results of OpenHands Versa are impressive. It achieved state-of-the-art performance on 5 out of the 8 benchmarks we evaluated it on, and it did pretty good on the other benchmarks as well. Overall, the takeaway is simple. OpenHands Versa is a remarkably capable agent that can cover a wide variety of tasks. And all of the code is open source, so you can download and scrutinize the results and reproduce them as well, so you know you can trust them. So if I've convinced you to be as excited by this as we are, getting started with this new version of OpenHands is easy. You can go to app.allhands.dev to start using it today, or you can go to the OpenHands repository to download it and use it on your computer. We'd also encourage you to join our community through Slack or Discord, and you can access this through the OpenHands repository as well. We're really excited about this development. We think it's a lot of fun, and we hope you'll join us in this journey. Thanks a lot.